today I didn't have much time to look at the news, but I did put it on for a few seconds. And what I heard was the economy is in a recession. Now, what's another word for recession? Anybody know?
Anyone? Fernando.
Go back?
Go back.
No, right, but I'm looking for another word.
Depression?
A depression.
Depression or deflation? Deflation. All right, now, what we must understand is that as long as the heart, which has invaded the left field, stays there, the greedier it gets, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And this is why people are putting on so much weight today. It isn't because they eat this or the other thing. True, you can control it by your nutrition, but that's not the reason. The reason is because, as I said before, when the heart stays in the land that it doesn't belong, and it gets everything that it needs, it becomes very greedy, and it gets bigger and bigger, and it's high time now that the heart stopped growing and started to get smaller or deflate. As a balloon, you let the air out, it deflates. And when it deflates enough, then it will return back to its center field. And that deflation is going on in some of us in self-center. And this is why it's out there. And it's going to get worse out there. But if you understand it, you'll know how to cope with it. So, no matter what they're going to do, it's not going to help. What they're thinking of doing is cutting taxes down and give money to the people that need it. But from where do they get this money? That's not solving the problem, is it? It's not solving the problem. The problem lies within us. So the quicker we understand that, it depends upon us, inside of us. That heart is not in its right place. And the heart is the one that gives us the tone. And the heart is the one that gives us the frequency also. And each heartbeat is different from each of us. And therefore, that makes you, you, and it makes me, me. Okay. And the quicker we understand this, and we know about it, the quicker we can reverse the situation, which has to reverse. Meaning, it come back home, home, home. Are you a chakra bug? If you are, you know what I'm talking about. O-M, O-H-O-M-E. So what's the difference? Home, home. Let's get back look at the word economy. It shows you how some of these words this is from the Greek oikos, which means a house. And what is the house in us? Raise your hand if you like to tell us.
Anyone?
You know?
The soul.
The soul or the house, or the soul. And the soul is the heart. Okay? And this is also Greek, meaning the law. So it should be the law of the, anybody like to finish it?
The law of the heart.
The law of the heart.
We already said that.
Someone said the law of the soul.
We said that already.
Nation?
The law of the nation.
Huh? Land. The law of the land. Have you heard of it before? Same thing. Many different ways of saying the same thing. You hear people say, well, it's the law of the land, so we have to pay our taxes. Okay? And it shows you, if I may get into some politics here, and it's interesting to follow it because they don't know what they're talking about. One guy said, we're going to get all the jobs back. The jobs are gone. They'll never come back. I'll tell you why later, or maybe I'll ask if you know why they won't come back. But one politician said, well, my opponent said that when he gets into the White House, he would certainly ask the military what he should do. But I've been there, and I won't ask them. The hell that person won't ask. This is the way our government is set up. The military is in command. So you see, they'll tell you anything to make you confused so they can get into that White House. Now we heard about the prodigal son.